If you are an older worker and you are feeling that your boss at your job is discriminating against you because of your age, well, you've got one less place to turn to, at least for the foreseeable future. And I say this because last week, President Trump fired EEOC commissioners in what the New York Times is calling a late night purge. I actually call it a decapitation because there's only 5 commissioners, 5 people on the commission, and 2 are gone. The third one, she's a Democrat. We're waiting to see what's going to happen to her. But what we do know is that if you're an older worker and you're looking to the EEOC for any help at all, well, you're going to have a long wait, a very long wait indeed. And I feel like this is actually some country song that should be playing right now because it's pretty sad for a lot of workers out there. We're going to be talking about it. I'm going to talk to you about the EEOC commissioners that have been terminated. I'm going to talk about the impact that it's going to have. And you were going to talk a little bit, too, about how this has impacted, how age discrimination, ageism as we call it, how ageism has impacted a lot of workers out there. You're going to want to watch this video. That's all up next right here on Over 50 TV. Welcome to Over 50 TV. My name is Lou Reyes. Now, as I said before that break, if you're an older worker and you're feeling discriminated against at your workplace, well, you've got one less place to turn to because last week, President Donald J. Trump, he fired EEOC commissioners in what the New York Times is terming a late night purge. I'm calling it a decapitation because what I know is that there are 5 commissioners. 2 of them, both were Democrats. Both have been fired, terminated. There's a third commissioner. She's a Democrat. We're waiting to see what's going to happen to her. There's a new head of the commission. We're going to wait and see what happens there. We're going to see how soon these commissioners who were terminated, how soon they'll be replaced. But chances are it's going to be a little while. But for sure, finding somebody who can ramp up quickly is going to take some time. So for all intents and purposes, this is a ship that is basically floating in an ocean, rudderless, no sails, no engine, no motor, maybe even a captain who really doesn't know a whole lot, doesn't know what she's doing. I'm going to say that for sure. But yeah, you've got less you're going to get less help because you've got less places to turn to if you're feeling discriminated against. And let me just pull up the article. I'm going to give you some information. As I said, I want to talk about what happened, tell you how it's going to impact you and how it will impact you, because certainly it's going to. If at some point you're worried about discrimination, you're worried about finding a job, you can't get that new job. So let me go ahead and pull this up here for the article. What we got here is it says here, Trump fired EEOC commissioners in a late night purge. As I said, it says the removal. I'm going to go ahead and highlight this. Maybe this will help you see. I know a lot of folks out there watch this on their phone. I think like 40-50%. So I'll highlight it. Maybe that'll help you to see it. The removal of the commissioners along with the general counsel were part of a whirlwind of action since Mr. Trump took office, with many aiming to gut diversity programs. And yeah, gutting these programs is certainly an issue, certainly a problem for a lot of folks out there who are depending on organizations like the EEOC. Now here's the thing, and this is something that I don't know that we all think about, enough folks think about. Okay, maybe you've never used the EEOC. Maybe you never thought about it to go there. But your boss, your employer, you can bet they thought about it. So when it comes to discriminating against you because of your age, you're going to be a little bit more subtle about it. Now, I don't know that this is going to embolden some employers to be bold, to fire you for no reason because now they feel like they don't have to worry. But you don't know. To me, this is an issue. This is an issue that I don't know that a lot of folks are really thinking about. Let me go to the next panel here. Show you. This is ProPublica. This is, if you're over 50, the headline says, if you're over 50, chances are the decision to leave a job won't be yours. And this is a very, I thought it was an interesting data analysis that ProPublica did with the Urban Institute. I'm going to go ahead and highlight that as well, just so you can see that too. It says here, a new data analysis by ProPublica and the Urban Institute shows that more than half of older U.S. workers are pushed out of long-time jobs before they choose to retire, suffering financial damages that are often irreversible. This is a very serious situation that we find ourselves in, because if you're over 50, as that article says, that ProPublica article says, chances are the decision to leave a job, chances are that decision to leave the job won't be yours. So when I talk about the EEOC basically being decapitated, being impotent, I guess you can certainly see the seriousness of the situation. And it doesn't seem like it registers with folks out there who have never had to worry about age discrimination. And it certainly isn't registering with our president or with Mr. Musk. And we can just say that and be honest about the whole story. It's not registering with folks that you would think it would be registering with. Because when you're running for office and you're making a lot of promises and you're saying you're going to help folks, well, let's get on the EEOC commission. Let's make this right. Let's help folks who need the help the most. And I'm not saying others don't. But older workers suffer serious financial setbacks, and they certainly do. Now, let me show you what I mean when I say this to you. When I say serious setbacks, and I'm going to go ahead and highlight this article. This article was from Marketplace, and it says here, I'm going to highlight this just so you can see it. Regarding workers employed for the same amount of time, they concluded this study that men aged 50 to 61 were significantly more likely to become displaced from their jobs than men between the ages of 25 and 34. Now, again, this is on the Marketplace. I'm going to scroll to the top here just so you can see it on their website. The headline is, are companies more likely to fire older workers in mass layoffs? And I think we just answered that question. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a link to this article in the description box just so that you can check it out, because I think this is something that you're going to want to read. But if you're a person out there and you are looking for a job and you're wondering, why can't I find a job? Well, this is one of the reasons. And it's also one of the reasons that I went ahead, not just with Over 50 TV, not just launching this channel to bring attention and focus to some of the issues that we have as older workers, but I launched another channel called Side Hustle Rules. And I launched a channel to essentially help folks who want to earn additional money, who want to be able to have a side business or maybe even a full-time business, because you don't want to rely on the job that you have. And I've always recommended, if you're working somewhere, start that side hustle, get that rolling. So I've got Side Hustle Rules. This is not a plug. You're not paying for Side Hustle Rules. It's free. You can look at that information. You can look at the videos that I have, and you'll get some insight. I also have some of those same videos, some different videos, but talking about income. I have some of those videos, those type of videos on Over 50 TV. Now, let me just sum this whole mess up. And I did say in the beginning that this is like a country song, a sad country song, because we don't have any place to turn to. We have one less place to turn to. There's not very many other places. But let me go to the next article. And this is, I thought this was extremely helpful because it's just a summary. And again, I'm going to put links. I will put links to all the articles so that you can read them, so that you can see for yourself. If you want to dive into this, you want to learn about age discrimination, you want to learn how you can overcome it. And one way we can do it is by pushing and hoping that we can get the EEOC to get to full strength. And of course, maybe we can get some other agencies to really step up to the plate. And I'm thinking about AARP. But let me highlight this here just so you can get a feel for it. So we're going to highlight this first part here, and it just sums it up. As I said, it's a summary. January 27th, President Donald Trump made sweeping changes to the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission and the National Labor Relations Board, firing 2 of the 3 Democratic members of the 5-member board. So that to me was really, I was shocked by that. In some ways, I was shocked. I guess I probably shouldn't have been. But then I'm going to highlight this other part. The removal of the EEOC and NLRB commissioners leaves both agencies without the required quorum to conduct business effectively, stalling both agencies' work. And then let's just highlight this last one. Again, this is the summary that I'll leave you with. Employers and employees should expect delays in any anticipated EEOC and NLRB guidance and enforcement actions until President Trump replaces the fired commissioners or any legal challenges to their termination are resolved. And boy, oh boy, I think we can all agree this is going to court, and this is going to take some time to resolve. So as I said in the beginning, and I'll say here at the end, we've got one less place to turn to. And while I will freely say I am not and have not been a big fan of the EEOC, I will freely say that at least it was one agency that we knew we could go to if we needed help, because if you're going to an attorney, more often than not, you're going to be spending a ton of money. When I say a ton, I'm talking thousands of dollars to argue your case, and hopefully you're going to win. So at least with the EEOC, we had some place to turn to, some place to look for, some place where we could hope to get some help. So that's all I got for you today, my friends. I think this is an important video for you to see, to understand what's going on. I know there wasn't a lot of news coverage on this. This was very little coverage, and I'm hoping that you'll share this video with other folks out there, other people who are older workers who need to know what's going on in the workplace. And certainly the EEOC is something that you should know about, especially if you're somebody who's worried about age discrimination. So that's all I got for you. I will say, if you are inclined, subscribe to Over 50 TV. I will send you, if you subscribe to my free email, I will send you updates. I'll send you more retirement tips, more Social Security news. You'll get that as soon as it comes out. I don't drown you with emails. You get one maybe once a week, every other week or so. But I will send you information that does pertain to you, information that you're going to want to see. Also, if you want, subscribe to Side Hustle Rules. Again, if you're somebody who's looking to make some extra cash, earn some extra money, you want to know how to do it, you can learn how to do it on Side Hustle Rules. Well, as I said, that's all I've got for you. And as I always say, have a great day, everybody.